The message arrived on a Tuesday. It came as patterns of light dancing across the night sky. Earth's space stations caught these signals. When scientists translated them, the news shocked everyone. Earth had been invited to join the Galactic Council. Dr. Hannah Park read the message for the 12th time in her quiet office. The blue light from her screen lit up her tired face. She couldn't believe they had chosen her to represent Earth. Why me? She whispered to herself. Hannah was the best person for this job. She knew more about alien cultures than anyone else on Earth. She also understood space laws very well. Still, she felt the heavy burden of this task. 3 days passed quickly. Then the alien ship came. It hovered silently above New York City. The ship looked like it bent light around itself. People gathered in the streets to watch. Ambassador Tejo stood next to Hannah as they waited for the aliens. He was nervous too. "Remember," he said quietly, "you speak for all humans now, not just one country." The ship's door opened. A ramp extended down to the ground. An alien walked out with smooth, flowing movements. It stood very tall, about 7 feet, with blue skin that shimmered like jewels. It called itself Bile. "Dr. Park," the alien said. Its voice sounded like music, even through the translator device. "The Council is waiting to hear Earth's voice. We must go now." Hannah noticed something strange. Beale seemed worried. The small eyes on the sides of its face kept moving around, looking at everything. Something wasn't right. Later, on the alien ship as it prepared to leave Earth, Hannah studied the files about the Galactic Council. She kept seeing the same words in many places. The human question. This made her wonder. Maybe Earth's invitation wasn't as simple as it seemed. As the ship lifted off, Hannah looked out a window at Earth growing smaller below. The blue planet, her home, was depending on her. Whatever the human question meant, she would find out. The ship accelerated, heading toward the stars. Hannah felt both excited and afraid. Humans were about to join a community of alien species, but why did some of them seem worried about this? What did they know that she didn't? In her cabin, Hannah practiced alien greetings and studied council rules. She needed to be perfect. One mistake could affect Earth's future forever. That night, as she tried to sleep, the words kept coming back to her. The human question. What were they questioning about humans? Our technology, our behavior, our history. Beale visited her cabin the next morning. The alien seemed more relaxed and private. "You will find the council complicated," Bile said. Some members wanted Earth to join. Others did not. "Why?" Hannah asked. Bile's skin changed color slightly. "Humans are different. You change quickly. You adapt. Some find this concerning." Before Hannah could ask more questions, Beale left. The ship moved faster than any human vessel. Stars streaked past the windows. Hannah spent hours watching space go by, thinking about what waited for her. 5 days into the journey, Hannah discovered a hidden message in her files. It was brief. "Watch for friends and enemies. Not all who smile wish you well." She didn't know who sent it. Was it Bile? Another alien? Someone from Earth? The ship's crew avoided her questions about council politics. They were polite but distant. Hannah felt increasingly alone. At night, she dreamed of standing before countless alien species, unable to speak, while they all judged humanity based on her silence. 8 days into the trip, the ship's captain announced they were halfway to the council station. That evening, Hannah was invited to dine with the officers. The food was created to match human needs while looking like alien dishes. During dinner, an officer named Mino spoke more openly than the others. "Some council members fear humans will grow too powerful too quickly," Mino said. "They remember other species who followed similar paths." "What happened to those species?" Hannah asked. Mino looked away. "They are no longer with us." The warning was clear. Earth's position was precarious. As days passed, Hannah prepared for every possible question. She studied human history, looking for ways to explain Earth's wars and conflicts that wouldn't frighten peaceful aliens. Bile began spending more time with her, teaching her proper council behavior. The aliens seemed to be warming to her. Stand straight but not stiff. Speak clearly but not loudly. Show respect but not weakness, Bile instructed. On the 12th day, they passed through a field of light that Bile called the Veil. Beyond it, Hannah saw other ships for the first time, vessels of all shapes and sizes, some organic-looking, others purely mechanical. "We are entering Council space now," Bile said. "These are the outer territories." Hannah realized how vast the galactic community must be. Earth was just one tiny world joining something enormous and ancient. The final day arrived. Hannah put on the special outfit created for her, formal Earth clothes modified to show respect for council traditions. As she dressed, she noticed her hands were shaking. The ship slowed as it approached an enormous structure. The council station looked like a giant wheel with spokes extending in all directions. It rotated slowly, creating artificial gravity. Lights of all colors sparkled across its surface. Millions of beings lived there, Bile explained, representatives from hundreds of worlds. As their ship docked, Hannah stood ready by the exit. Ambassador Tejo's last words echoed in her mind. "You represent our entire species." Beyond the airlock door waited aliens who would judge whether humans deserved a place among the stars. And somewhere among them were those who had asked the human question, and possibly already decided the answer. Hannah took a deep breath and stepped forward as the doors opened. Hannah's journey to Nexus Station would take 14 days. She stayed in her small room on the alien ship most of the time. There was so much to learn about the 57 alien species in the Galactic Council. Each alien race had different bodies, cultures, and beliefs. Some breathed air like humans. Others needed special gases or liquids. Hannah's head hurt from trying to remember all the details. She needed to understand these aliens before meeting them. One mistake could make Earth look bad. On the 3rd day, Hannah met someone who would change everything. She was sitting in the ship's observation room, watching stars fly by through the strong, clear windows. The door opened and a tall figure entered. "May I join you?" asked a gentle voice. Hannah turned to see a being unlike any she had imagined. He was shaped like a human but much taller and thinner. His skin gave off a soft white glow, like moonlight. His eyes were large and kind. "I am Duri from the Solari Confederation," he said, sitting down across from her. "You must be Earth's representative." Hannah nodded, trying not to stare. "I'm Dr. Hannah Park. First journey beyond your solar system," Duri asked with a friendly smile. "First journey beyond Earth." "Actually," Hannah admitted. Duri's eyebrows rose. "Fascinating. Most species don't join the Council until they've colonized at least their local planets." Hannah took a deep breath. "That's exactly what I've been wondering. Why invite Earth now? We've barely started traveling to other planets in our system." Duri's glow dimmed slightly. He looked out at the stars before answering. "The Council rarely agrees on anything, but your invitation had unusual support." "That doesn't answer my question," Hannah said firmly. Duri turned back to her. "No," he agreed. "It doesn't." Something in his voice made Hannah think he knew more than he was saying, but she didn't push. She needed friends on this journey. Over the next few days, Hannah and Duri met regularly. He taught her about council customs, how to greet different species, which topics were safe to discuss, which were dangerous. "Never mention the Collapse War," he warned. 3 member species still blame each other for it. Duri knew the unwritten rules that no file could teach her. Slowly, Hannah began to understand why Earth's invitation was so strange. "It's not that we're technologically behind," she said one day as they shared a meal. "The food looked strange, but tasted like fruit. Some council members are even less advanced than Earth." Duri nodded. "You understand well. Then why are we controversial?" Hannah asked. Duri was quiet for a moment. "Your species adapts very quickly," he finally said. Physically, technologically, socially, most species follow predictable paths as they evolve. But humans surprise us. Is that bad? Hannah asked. It makes you unpredictable, Dury replied. Some find it threatening. Others find it fascinating. Each day brought new revelations. Hannah learned about species that lived for thousands of years, others that changed gender with the seasons, some that shared one mind across many bodies. The galaxy was stranger and more wonderful than humans had ever imagined. On the 8th day, Dury took her to a special viewing room at the front of the ship. There, through a huge window, she saw other ships for the first time. Vessels of all shapes and sizes traveled the same path. We're entering Council space, Dury explained. These outer shipping lanes connect hundreds of worlds. Hannah watched ships that looked like giant sea creatures swimming through space. Others were perfect geometric shapes. Some seemed to be made of light itself. How many species are there? She asked in wonder. In the Council, 57 voting members. But the galaxy has thousands of intelligent species. Most haven't reached the development level required for membership. Hannah felt very small suddenly. Earth knows nothing about any of this. That will change, Dury said, though some would prefer it didn't. What do you mean? Hannah asked. But Dury had already moved away, greeting another passenger. On the 12th day, the ship's captain invited all passengers to the main observation deck. They were approaching Nexus Station. Hannah stood with Dury as the massive structure came into view. At first, it looked like a bright star. Then it grew larger and larger until Hannah could see it was a gigantic ring in space. The ring slowly turned, creating gravity inside. Countless lights sparkled across its surface. Spires and domes extended outward, each built in different styles. It's beautiful, Hannah whispered. Home to over 2 million beings, Dury said. Representatives from hundreds of worlds live there, even those not yet in the Council. Hannah watched as ships docked at various points around the ring. Some were huge, bigger than cities. Others were tiny, barely visible. How old is it? She asked. The original station was built 8,000 years ago, Dury said. It has been expanded many times since then. 8,000 years. When humans were just beginning to build cities, aliens had already created this. As their ship approached the docking area, Hannah saw up close how different the architecture was. Each section seemed designed for different species, with strange shapes and features. Where will I stay? She asked. The human section is new, Dury explained. Built specially for your arrival. It simulates Earth conditions. Their ship entered a massive docking bay. Through the windows, Hannah could see aliens of all types moving about. Some floated. Others walked on many legs. Some moved on platforms. Are you ready? Dury asked as the ship settled into place. Hannah took a deep breath. No, but I'm going anyway. Dury's skin glowed a little brighter. That, he said, is why humans are interesting. The ship doors opened. Beyond them waited a new world of alien politics, dangers, and possibilities. Hannah straightened her back and stepped forward. Earth was counting on her. Hannah opened her eyes on the most important morning of her life. Today, Earth would be officially introduced to the Galactic Council. Her head pounded with terrible pain. Her stomach felt like it was on fire. She tried to sit up but fell back onto the bed. When Jinwoo knocked on her door at the scheduled time, Hannah could barely call out for him to enter. Dr. Park. Jinwoo stepped into the room. His face changed from calm to worried when he saw her. You look very sick. Something's wrong, Hannah said. She held her stomach as another wave of pain hit her. I need a doctor now. Jinwoo helped her stand. She leaned heavily on him as they slowly walked to the medical facility on Nexus Station. The hallways felt endless. Aliens of different shapes and colors moved out of their way, staring at the sick human. The medical facility was bright and clean. Machines Hannah had never seen beeped and hummed. Doctors of various species worked at different stations. Jinwoo spoke to the front desk, and soon a doctor named Neri came to help them. Neri looked mostly human, but her skin had a slight purple tint and her eyes were larger. She helped Hana onto an exam table. "I specialize in mammals," Neri explained as she ran a scanning device over Hana's body. "Your symptoms are troubling." The scanner showed colorful images of Hana's insides. Neri frowned as she looked at them. "Your symptoms indicate toxicity," she said. "Have you eaten anything unusual?" "Only the diplomatic dinner last night," Hana said weakly. Neri's face darkened. "I need to run more tests. This doesn't look like an accident." While Neri took blood samples, Jinwoo checked his communication device. His face grew concerned. "The council meeting has started," he told Hana. "They're noting your absence." Hana tried to get up. "I have to go. Earth needs to be represented." Neri firmly pushed her back down. "You cannot go anywhere in this condition. Your body is fighting something dangerous." Far away in the Grand Council chamber, Earth's seat sat empty. The huge 5-level room was filled with representatives from 57 worlds. Some looked almost human. Others were completely alien. Floating gas clouds, crystalline structures, or things that defied description. The chamber buzzed with conversation. Some aliens spoke with voices. Others changed colors, released scents, or sent invisible signals to communicate. But they all said the same thing. Earth had insulted the council by not showing up. High Counselor Yun, a tall being with 4 arms and silver skin, stood at the central podium. She raised her upper arms for silence. "We will proceed without Earth's representative," she announced. "Their absence has been noted." Many council members nodded or flashed colors of agreement. Earth's empty seat seemed to draw every eye in the room. Back in the medical facility, Neri returned with test results. Her face was grim. "You were poisoned," she told Hana. "This compound was made specifically to affect human biology. It would not harm any other species." Jinwoo, who had stayed by Hana's side, looked shocked. Sabotage. But who would want to prevent Earth from joining the council? Hana closed her eyes, fighting both pain and anger. "That," she said, "is what we need to find out." Neri gave Hana medicine to counter the poison. "You need rest, but you will recover. The poison was meant to make you very sick, not to kill you." "That's something, at least," Hana said. "Whoever did this just wanted me absent from the meeting, not dead." As soon as Neri left, Hana asked Jinwoo to find Duri. The Solari diplomat arrived an hour later, his skin glowing with concern. "I heard you were ill," Duri said. "The council is already discussing Earth's status without you." "I was poisoned," Hana told him. "Someone wanted Earth's seat empty today." Duri's glow dimmed to almost nothing. "This is serious. We must investigate carefully." With Duri's help, they began looking for clues. Jinwoo accessed the surveillance records from the diplomatic dinner. They watched the footage carefully, but saw nothing suspicious. "Whoever did this was very skilled," Duri said. "They left no evidence." 3 days passed. Hana grew stronger with Neri's treatments. Duri visited daily, bringing news from the council. "They are debating Earth's status," he reported. "Some are using your absence as proof that humans are not ready for membership." On the 4th day, Duri arrived with new information. "I spoke with trusted contacts," he said. "Certain council factions have been secretly discussing Earth for years. They don't want inclusion. They want containment." "Containment?" Jinwoo asked. "What does that mean?" "It means limiting Earth's development," Duri explained. "Preventing humans from advancing too quickly, perhaps even controlling your planet without your knowledge." Hana sat up straighter, ignoring her remaining pain. "Who would want this? And why?" "The Legacy faction is the most vocal," Duri said. "They are an alliance of older species who believe they should guide younger races." "Guide or control?" Hana asked. Duri's glow flickered. The line between the two is often thin. By the 5th day, Hana could walk again. She paced her room, thinking hard. We need to understand their fear, she said to Jinwoo and Duri. What are they afraid humans will do? Perhaps the answer lies in the ancestral archives, Duri suggested. It holds the complete history of the Council and all known species, but access is restricted. Can you get us in? Hannah asked. Duri hesitated. Possibly, but searching for specific information about human concerns would alert those watching. Then we'll need to be clever about it, Hannah said. We can't search directly for information about Earth. That night, Hannah couldn't sleep. The Council was already making decisions about Earth's future without her. Someone had broken the rules to keep her away. There had to be a reason, something in human history or biology that frightened certain Council members. What are they afraid of? She whispered to the darkness. What do they see in us that we don't see in ourselves? The next morning, Hannah made a decision. With or without answers, she needed to take her place in the Council. Earth deserved a voice, and she would make sure it was heard. Hannah and Duri worked in secret for 3 days. They needed answers about why someone had poisoned her. Why did some Council members fear humans? Duri used his security card to take them to a special place deep inside Nexus Station. The Ancestral Archives was a huge room filled with glowing data crystals. Each crystal held thousands of years of history. The room hummed with quiet power. Few people were allowed to enter this place. We must be careful, Duri whispered. The system records all searches. Hannah nodded. Let's look for genetic patterns similar to humans, but not mention Earth directly. They worked for hours. Duri showed her how to use the ancient computer systems. Finally, a crystal glowed brighter than the others. Hannah touched it, and information filled the screen before her. Her hands began to shake. This can't be right, she whispered. But the data was clear. Hannah downloaded everything to a small device and hurried back to her quarters with Duri. Jinwoo was waiting for them. Hannah locked the door and activated a privacy field that Duri had given her. I found something that explains everything, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Humans are genetically related to the architects. Duri's body flashed with bright light in shock. Impossible. The architects vanished months ago. Not vanished, Hannah said. She showed them the genetic analysis on her screen. According to these records, they were nearly wiped out in a massive war. A small group escaped to a faraway, hidden sector of space, our sector. They went to Earth. Jinwoo looked confused. Who were the architects? Duri's glow dimmed to a soft blue. The most advanced species the galaxy has ever known. They built technologies so advanced they seemed like magic. They could reshape planets, create artificial suns, even manipulate time in small areas. They sound amazing, Jinwoo said. They were also conquerors, Duri added quietly. They believed their advanced minds gave them the right to rule all other species. They called it guiding lesser beings, but it was control. Hannah's mind raced as she looked through more files. The physical similarities are striking. The architects looked almost human, just taller with slightly larger brains. How long ago was this? Jinwoo asked. About 50,000 years, Hannah said. That matches the time when modern humans suddenly appeared on Earth. The three sat in silence, taking in the enormous meaning of this discovery. Now I understand, Hannah finally said. Some council members believe humans will follow the same path. They fear we'll become the second coming of the architects. The legacy faction, Duri said. They've been pushing for containment of Earth. They must have planned your poisoning. Suddenly, the door burst open. Jinwoo had left to check on council activities and had returned running. His face was filled with panic. They're voting right now on a resolution to quarantine Earth, he shouted. Without you there, the motion will pass. Hannah stood up quickly. She was still weak from the poison, but her mind was clear. We have to stop them. You're not fully recovered, Duri warned. It doesn't matter, Hannah said. Earth needs me now. With Duri on one side and Jinwoo on the other. Hana hurried through the station's corridors. Every step was painful, but she kept going. They reached the grand entrance to the council chamber. 2 large guards blocked their way. "The session is closed," one guard said. "No entry." Dury stepped forward. His body glowed with formal patterns of light. "I invoke the right of urgent petition, as established in the founding charter, Section 12. The guards looked at each other in surprise. One touched his communication device, speaking quietly. After a moment, he nodded. "The right is recognized. You may enter." The massive doors swung open. Inside, the council chamber was filled with representatives from all 57 member worlds. They sat in 5 rising levels, surrounding a central speaking area. High Counselor Yun stood at the podium, her silver skin reflecting the lights. "Therefore, I propose Earth be placed under quarantine until their development can be properly assessed and controlled," she was saying. "That assessment has already been made," Hana called out. Her voice echoed through the huge room, but not in good faith. Every eye in the chamber turned to look at her. Some aliens changed color in surprise. Others released scents of alarm. Whispers filled the air as Hana walked down the central aisle. Her legs were unsteady, but her head was held high. As she reached the center of the room, Dury connected his device to the main system. Suddenly, the genetic analysis and historical records appeared on the giant screens around the chamber. "I was poisoned to prevent Earth's representation today," Hana announced to the shocked council. "By those who fear what humanity might become because of who our ancestors might have been." The chamber exploded with noise. Some representatives stood up, shouting. Others flashed colors of anger or disbelief. Several floated beings moved rapidly in circles, a sign of distress. High Counselor Yun raised all 4 of her arms. "Order. We will have order." When the noise finally died down, she looked at Hana with serious eyes. "These are serious accusations, Dr. Park." "They are true accusations," Hana replied firmly. "And they reveal the real reason Earth was invited to join the Council, not to include us, but to control us." Hana turned slowly, looking at representatives from every world. "Whether or not humans descended from the architects is irrelevant. We are not defined by our past, but by our choices. Earth comes in peace, seeking cooperation, not conquest. Judge us by our actions, not your fears." Complete silence filled the enormous chamber. No one moved. No one spoke. Every being present seemed to be thinking deeply about her words. In that silence, Hana saw the future of Earth hanging in the balance. Would the Council see beyond their fears? Would they judge humans as individuals, not as potential architects? The answer would change everything. After Hana's dramatic speech, the Council erupted in debate. For 3 days, discussions filled the great chamber. The Council split into 3 main groups: those who supported Earth joining, those who still opposed it, and a new middle group that wanted Earth to join with special rules. During these tense days, Hana barely slept. She met with representatives from many worlds. She spoke honestly about humans, their good points, and their flaws. "Yes, humans have fought wars," she told the representative from Navo, a being made of living crystal. "But we also create art, music, and poetry. We explore. We dream. We learn from our mistakes." To others, she admitted human weaknesses while showing human strength. "We are curious," she explained to a group of floating gas beings. "Sometimes too curious. But that same curiosity drives us to understand rather than fear what is different." Her approach worked. Many representatives began to see humans in a new light. The day of the final vote arrived. Hana sat with Jinwoo and Dury in a small waiting room. Her hands shook slightly. "What if they vote against us?" she asked. Dury's skin glowed softly. "Whatever happens, you have shown great courage." The call came. They entered the grand chamber, now packed with representatives. High Counselor Yun stood at the central podium, all 4 arms raised for silence. "We have deliberated on Earth's admission to the Galactic Council," she announced. The vote is complete. Hannah held her breath. Earth is granted full membership, Yun declared, with provisions for cultural exchange rather than restrictions. A wave of sound filled the room. Voices, clicks, whistles, and other sounds of agreement. Hannah felt tears in her eyes. Earth had a place at the table. Later that day, in a private room lit by soft blue light, High Counselor Yun presented Hannah with the seal of membership, a small crystal disc that glowed with inner light. You have shaken the foundations of this council, Yun told her. Many feared Earth's empty seat would be a symbol of human arrogance. Instead, it became a catalyst for necessary change. Hannah accepted the seal with both hands. Sometimes the most important voice is the one that challenges established wisdom. Yun's silver skin shimmered with what Hannah now recognized as amusement. Indeed, the Legacy faction has controlled council policy for too long. Their methods have been questionable. They poisoned me, Hannah said simply. Yes, that has not been forgotten, Yun assured her. Their influence has been significantly reduced. The next morning, Hannah entered the council chamber as an official representative. The Earth chair waited on the third tier, between the representatives from Navo and Terix. The chair adjusted automatically to her human shape as she sat. Around her, 56 other representatives prepared for the day's business. Some nodded to her. Others flashed colors of greeting. A few ignored her completely. Hannah noticed how they watched her with new interest. Earth's dramatic entrance into galactic politics had changed how they saw humans. They were not just seeing her, but wondering what humans might become. That evening, a grand reception welcomed Earth formally to the council. Beings from hundreds of worlds filled the great hall. Music that sounded like nothing on Earth filled the air. Foods of every color and texture sat on floating platforms. Dury found Hannah by a window overlooking the stars. His skin glowed with pleasure. You've made quite an impression, he said. 3 trade delegations have already requested meetings with Earth. So soon? Hannah was surprised. Your world has much to offer, and much to gain, Dury said. This is just the beginning. And the Legacy faction? Hannah asked. Regrouping, but weakened. Your speech changed many minds, Dury assured her. Few had considered that judging a species by its ancestors was unfair. Hannah looked around at the amazing diversity of life in the room. Beings that floated. Beings with multiple bodies sharing one mind. Beings made of crystal, gas, or living metal. All different, all intelligent, all part of this vast community. When I send my report back to Earth, people won't believe it, she said. They will soon, Dury replied. The galaxy has opened to you now. Hannah knew the journey ahead would not be easy. Some would always fear humans because of their possible connection to the architects. But Earth had earned its place not through power or advanced technology, but through courage and conviction. As she looked around at beings from civilizations thousands of years older than human history now treating her as an equal, Hannah understood what had really happened. It wasn't Earth's presence that had shaken the galaxy. It was the idea that even the newest member could challenge the oldest assumptions. The empty seat that had started everything had become a symbol. It showed that the future was not controlled by the past. The next day, Hannah sent her first official message to Earth. She ended it with words she hoped would guide humanity's path among the stars. We have found our place in a universe far stranger and more wonderful than we ever imagined. We are not alone, and we are not feared. We are welcomed as equals, not because of where we came from, but because of who we choose to be. As her message traveled through space toward the blue planet she called home, Hannah knew that nothing would ever be the same again. For Earth, for the galaxy, for the future, the end